The top 10 fastest ways to get your first wholesaling real estate deal. What is up, guys? Zach in here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video, we're going to show you the 10 quickest ways to get your first wholesaling deal. So if you want to get your wholesaling deal, your first one, the fastest way possible, the quickest one, so you can go out here and close motivated sellers, get wholesaling real estate deals done, we're going to break down and show you exactly step by step the 10 fastest ways to go out here and do it. So without further ado, let's kind of break this all down and get into exactly the fastest way to get a wholesaling real estate deal. So this is not ranked in any particular order, but let's kind of start from the top. I personally think, and tell me I'm crazy, but like, what's a quick way to get a deal, right? I always look at what is a way where I can go find motivation. Obviously, if I have no money, right? And so I think the biggest part about this that, you know, I want to add for everyone is $0 marketing, okay? So we're going to make this a challenge because, go spend $7,000 in probate direct mail and you get a deal, right? Yeah. We're going to have no money at all to do this, right? Top 10 ways, no money at all. So if you have no money, you want to get a deal done pretty quick, I'm going to tell you probably number one, I could tell you.
And we say the fastest.
And the fastest. So I'm going to tell you right now, cold calling a code violation comes top of mind to me.
Yep.
Right. So cold calling the code violation list is going to be insane. Now, code violations work. Now it's like, well, Zach, how do they work or why do they work? I can tell you, if you can go out here and find all active code violations, okay, we're going to put all active, which means in your city or county, so you go to the clerk of the, you basically go to the county's clerk of the court and ask them, but specifically go to the county's code enforcement department or the city's code enforcement department. The reason we do that is there are people who are getting fines, $20, $30, $40, $50 a day fines because their house is not pretty. Their house is not up to code. The grass is too tall. There's a situation on the house. These people are getting $30, $40, $50 a day fines. I'm telling you right now, you reach out to them, you call them, you go to True People Search, you use the Google Voice Dialer, you're going to get a deal stupid, simple, quick, right?
Yeah. The beautiful thing about code violations is the city does the work for you. Your work is trying to get that list, and to get that list, you're going to get some resistance. You got to overcome it with persistence. So code violation, where there's smoke, there's fire. To be honest with you, this is how I got started. Probably one of the most reliable ways to get a motivated seller because nobody chooses to go on this list. Nobody wants to be on this list, but some people get stuck in life. Something happens to them and they don't have the money to repair it. They might have lost a job. They just might be short on money. So we want to help these people out. Our job's not to embarrass them or do anything like that, is provide a lifeline. Not all of them want help with it. But honestly, the code violations, how they get reported, either a neighbor tells on them or you kind of have a crying Karen type of deal. And then when they get it, they have usually 20 to 30 days to rectify the situation. And there's a lot of technicalities because it is a government agency. They have to come back and reinspect. And I've seen code violations on just a simple lawn cut hit 20, 30,000 because they didn't do the reinspection. So people that are on this list are not familiar with it. We as wholesalers are very familiar with it. We want to rectify the problem. And here's the other little secret. If you buy a house with a code violation, you can actually buy it with the code violation. The title company will give you an exception. And the new buyer usually has up to 90 days to rectify that situation. So sometimes you can buy them with the code violation. Remember, these clog up the title. And this is why most of these deals wind up in wholesalers' hands. So go out and help somebody with code violations. One of the easiest ways to find motivated sellers fast, and zero marketing, period. But you're going to get some resistance on the list. You've just got to be nice about it and you got to stick to it. If you just accept a no and walk away, you're just like everybody else. So learn to play with your words. Use the exercise we teach at freewholesaling.com. And if I had to pick one, code violations, hands down, because if they don't rectify the situation, they're just going to amass fines on their property every day till they fix it.
Oh yeah. So number one, code violations. Now, number two is something that it's kind of, okay, I assume you have no money, right? So like we got to help you out. But so a new method, I guess, but I'm calling this a driving $4 buddy, okay? So you might not have gas money. You might not have the funds or the availability for this, but specifically finding somebody to drive for dollars for you. So one thing I always tell, if like you're virtually wholesaling, right? Go out here and find somebody that if you're stuck in New York City and you can't drive for dollars in Wichita, Kansas, right? That's where you want to wholesale. Go find somebody in Wichita, Kansas in the Discord, right? ZachDiscord.com and say, hey, who wants to drive for dollars for me? I will call the lead. I will skip trace the lead. I'll do it all. You just give me the driving for dollars lead and I will close the seller. You help me out with the buyer with the walkthroughs, things like that. A lot of people are like, no one will do that. Everyone will do that.
Yep.
It's a win-win. There's a reason why I go out here and when I go to the store and buy bread. I'm not going to go build the wheat up. I'm not going to go do the farming. Like it's just easier to do some expertise here. So get a drying for dollars buddy. And more specifically with your drying for dollars buddy, you're going to have him and or you do reverse drying for dollars also. So cannot stress this enough, but if they're able to put sticky notes out for you and you guys are able to work on those leads together, it is an amazing way to do it. So if you have no money, right, in wholesaling real estate, to get deals, either you have time or money. Right now we have time because we have no money. And so find somebody that has money but no time. And usually they're like, Zach, I only have 2-3 hours a week at most, but I want to do a wholesaling deal. Hey, you, Rick, you spend 3 hours drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars. Then I get all the leads. I'll answer the calls. I'll do it all. And then I, with all this time, with no money, will go out here and do it to get a wholesaling deal. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
I don't know why, guys. It's never about, I just can't get this done. It's about you don't know somebody who can't help you, right? And I know it's very cliche to say your network is your net worth. And it's kind of, I roll my eyes sometimes on it. But like, for example, I had a guy, Phillips, right? He was on a Zoom with me yesterday. And he's like, dude, I just can't get someone to be a boots on the ground. And I'm like, Phillips, check this out. I go in Discord. I say, who can help my boy Phillips here? This is in front of 14,000 people in the Discord, ZachDiscord.com. Who can help Phillips here in this crazy general town? And guy says, I live 20 minutes from there. Yeah. I'll go do it and help you. I'll take pictures for you. Split the deal 50-50. Philip's problem, it was not because he didn't know it, right? It's not because he couldn't do it. It's because he just didn't know somebody to help him with this issue. So what you need to do is find a driving for dollars buddy. This is how you do it. So let's go out here and drive $4, and that is going to, and also reverse drawing for dollars. Can you hit up number 3?
Yeah.
Hit him up. Come right there.
So basically on number 3, we're going to do the triple top system. So now if you're wondering what this is, we want to attack the most motivated sellers that we can get for free. So I've already named code violations. You already know in the comments where I'm going to go with this one. You're basically going to attack the probates. Probates is just a process when somebody dies, they own a piece of real estate, and the county that you're doing investing is they have to get a court order to transfer the deed, and they have what they call a petitioner, or sometimes they call the executor, and you've got to
triple tap system.
You need to get a hold of this person. Why? Because they basically going to have the power that the deceased person does. That's going to be the responsible party. And for that reason, it's just like buying the house. Now, if they want to sell it, the good news is most of these houses are vacant. They need lots of work. And most people want to move on with their lives because they adapted the house to usually take care of that person. How do I get probates? You just go to the county courthouse, you get the probates. You are looking for the executor, or what we call the PR, the personal representative. That's the person you market because that's the person who makes the decisions. Do not market to the heirs. It is literally a waste of time. The next one is basically going to be pre-foreclosures. And once again, this goes right along with the system because it is at the courthouse. And pre-foreclosures, a foreclosure, just so you guys understand, that is the final outcome where the property gets sold at auction. So everything before that is I can't stress this enough, is once they get a notice from the bank that they're in default, once a lis pendens gets filed, and once they do that, that is the perfect time to help these people out. Most realtors can't grasp this concept. And the sooner you catch them in a pre-foreclosure, in my opinion, the better options you have for the seller, and you can actually get them some money to walk out. If they wait till the very end, towards the foreclosure, it is absolutely a nightmare. So what I want you to do is basically, you're going to go down to the courthouse, you're going to access the probates and the pre-foreclosures. Why? Because they have some of the biggest spreads in them. And these people, guys, understand, everyone we're showing you here, these are people that need to sell. There's no other way to do it. They have to sell.
Okay, let me make this even simpler, okay? This is stupid simple. The triple tap system. Why do we call it the triple tap system? Because you hit them, you hit the lead once, then you hit them twice, then you hit them 3 times. Triple. Boom, boom, boom. So this is why we call it the triple tap system. So when you have a probate, you are going to hit them with 1, 2, and 3. What's the 1, 2, 3 shot, right? First shot is going to be a call. Simple? Makes sense? We're going to hit them with a call. Next, we are going to hit them with a text. And then 3, we are going to hit them with a sticky note. If you are virtual, go out here and hit them with a voicemail, hit them with an email, whatever you want. But the 3 punches I'm going to tell you to do, 1, 2, 3, is hit them with a call, text, and sticky note. These are the 3 things that you need to do for the triple tap system. Now, if you're struggling to figure out, Zach, why do you always talk about these 2 leads? Because I'm pushing P. And I always talk about this. You got to be pushing P. And pushing P is kind of slang, but being 100, being truthful to yourself and being a real person and a legit guy or a gal, right? That's what push and pee is from what I know, from the Gunna song, right? But the reason I say it is half to be funny, but half just to tell you the truth. Even Rick knows about push and pee, right?
I do.
You know why? Because the 2 most motivated lists by far in wholesaling real estate, you want to get a deal. You want the most motivation, probates and pre-foreclosure. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Tell me, the guy died, house is being wrecked, you can go out here, a ton of motivation, people want money. This person's about to lose their house. Guys, this is insane to me. Push and pee.
What I want you to understand is a lot of people are intimidated by probates and pre-foreclosure going, I don't understand the legal process. Listen, I didn't touch probates my first 7 years because I didn't know I knew what they were, but I didn't know how to do it. And I felt like I was a novice. And what I quickly learned is your only job as a wholesaler, you're not the jack of all trades. You don't need to be the lawyer, the title company, the realtor. You just need to find people in probate, find people in pre-foreclosure, and use people on your team. You go, Rick, I'm only one person. Number 1, you got me and Zach. Number 2, I've already told you how to recruit your title company. How do you think I figured out probates? I already told you I'm not that smart. I let other people figure out, I go, what do I need to do to buy this house? And they go, okay, Rick, you need to get this, this, and this. Okay, let me go back to the seller. And then I let my title company, and eventually I let an attorney coach me. And after a while, I became an absolute monster and expert on it. But most of you want to wait till you know everything about it. I'm here 22 years later, and I'm still learning something new every day. Remember, the number 1 skill set as a wholesaler is find people in these situations. All you have to understand is a wholesaler's highest use, your highest skill set is locating and connecting with these people. The rest of the stuff you can get help to figure out along the way. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't do like I did. Wait till you think you're an expert, because you're never going to be. A great wholesaler is a hunter. They know how to go out and connect with these people, and then they develop great rapport. If you understand that, you need to be looking in these areas immediately.
That's it. 3. Hit him with 3. I don't tell you to hit the code violations with 3. It's better just to keep cold calling different lists usually. But when it comes to these 2 specific lists, you hit them with all of them. You hit them with the call, text, and or sticky note. That is how you do it. That is one of the best ways to do it. Now, number 4 here, we're going to talk about a new strategy. This is a brand new one, never before seen for finding deals for free. But what I'm going to tell you is to cold call an AI stacked list. And people are like, oh, this is where Zach goes out here and promotes his X leads. Well, let me tell you something, okay? We just gave out 15 million skip traces yesterday. First day of our free trial we've ever done.
15 million?
15 million, yeah. I don't even get it. I'll talk to you about it later. Do the math of how much that cost me. Lord, I don't even talk about it right now. I'm gonna get fired up. But basically, you can get for free at xleads.com. Now, I'm like, Zach, what's the catch? Because I've been told this forever. Zach, what's the catch with your free wholesaling course? Zach, what's the catch with you teaching me wholesaling real estate for free? What's the catch? The catch is, if I teach you wholesaling real estate for free, you are then going to go out here and send me a wholesaling deal, and I'm going to close half of an $80,000 probate deal. I make 40, you make 40. Do we do that all the time?
All the time.
Every week. So the reason why, the catch of why I teach you wholesaling real estate for free is because I'm able to make tens of thousands of dollars pretty much every single day going out here teaching you wholesaling real estate for free by doing wholesaling deals by not being a stupid wholesaling dang guru. On top of this too, at X Leads, we have a free trial. You are able to download 1,000 skip trace records completely for free and use X Leads for 7 days for free. If you want, go to xleads.com, sign up for free. You can get a free trial, cancel on the 6th day. Just email billing@xleads.com, go and cancel it. And I get no money from doing this. I lose money doing this. But just cold call an AI stacked list. Inside of X Leads, when you get the free trial, you are able to pick an AI zip code, pull it up, anything over 700 to score. You can skip trace it for free. You can pull the 1,000 right there, skip trace it for free. All the AI zip code of a 700 score or above, you are going to be able to go cold call them for free, implementing the Google Voice dial in this tutorial for X Leads.
So you can actually download free skip trace up to 1,000.
Yes. So I think watching this right now, it's probably at 15,000. It is going to be moved in the next week to 1,000. So get on it right now.
Yeah,
we gave 60,000 yesterday. After 24 hours, we moved to 15,000. It's probably gonna get to 1,000, maybe 5,000. But I'm just gonna say 1,000, just because most people are gonna watch this after the announcement. But 1,000, no questions asked. It's the only wholesaling software that actually lets you export skip trace data on a free trial for free, and you can cancel, no questions asked. Just FYI, I think anyone should do it, but whatever. Okay, and the reason I'm doing that FYI is it's a flex on everyone that tries to sell you skip tracing. It's my flex. But okay, cold call the AI stacked lists. It's free. I don't know why you won't do it, but try it out. Next year, post 100 digital bandit signs. So you're gonna post these digital bandit signs on Facebook groups and Craigslist. Now you might ask, what is a digital bandit sign? A digital bandit sign is us posting on like a Facebook group of like the Miami Dolphins fans Facebook group, and I'm wholesaling in Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Hey, this is Zach. We lost this week again, but you know what I don't lose? I don't lose a good real estate deal. And you talk about you buying real estate deals, so the Dolphins always lose. But honestly, to be funny, you can go inside of the Fort Lauderdale Moms Facebook group, and maybe if you're a mom, it helps you better. But hey, how's it going? All the moms out here, just letting you know that I'm looking to buy 2 more houses for cash in the area. And if you are looking to sell your house, please reach out to me and my partner Rick. I mean, it's better if you're a mom, but like obviously you go to the fishing group. Hey, here's a picture of me catching a bass. I'm looking to catch another real estate deal. If you're looking to sell it, I'm looking to buy. If you can go in those groups and make it very, very specific, it will work even better. I kind of talk about like the spaghetti method a lot too, where it's like go inside of like with the Tampa locals group. You know, it's the one post you can put in there to make it seem like you're not a scammer.
What's that?
Notice the one post on these like locals Facebook groups that if you post, it will get 500 comments and people will fight like crazy. You ready? Who has the best pizza in Fort Myers? You'll get 6,000 people. Italians will want to punch the other Italian guy in the face.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the best true authentic Italian pizza in the city, right? And then you're gonna not look like a scammer. And then when you post that you're looking to buy houses for cash, I call it the spaghetti method. I'm not getting into that. But basically, people used to ask who's the best spaghetti in the area. I ask pizza, but post 100 of them. I promise you post 100, you're gonna get inbound seller leads with your phone number, and you are gonna go out here and get wholesaling real estate deals. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Number 6. What's number 6? Guys, if you just did these, that's all you need. Like, that's all you need. But we're just adding even more because you need to get rich. Let's go.
Okay.
What are you saying here? Where are we at? Send 100 texts. Yep. So number 6, send 100 SMS text blasts every single week. Send 100 weekly text blasts for free. Some people are like, Zach, can I text for free? There's a free text blasting service. I don't know if you guys know about it. It is called Google Voice. By far, the greatest texting service I've seen that is completely free, costs no money. This is how you go and do it, guys. I cannot stress this enough. If you can use the scripts that we have in our free course called freewholesaling.com, what's my catch? I want you to get a deal, so you send me a deal. So I'm giving you my best stuff right now. I hit every single text, and it's insane to me that people don't know about this, okay? It's insane to me people don't know about this, but I hit what we call a double whammy script. So my double whammy script is, let me use this and we're going to erase it right. I hit him with a 1-2 punch. Okay. So if Mr. UFC here, if he comes here and we're fighting, right? If I just try to give him a jab, it's probably not going to work, right? He's going to block it. But if I hit him in the stomach and he goes, ugh, and then I get it's called a combo, right? That's how you get him. If you ever watch a knockout on boxing, it's never just that's stupid, right? Yeah. It's always they set you up, right? They make you think, oh, and then boom, right? And so this is the exact same method for SMS text blasting. People aren't stupid. Can we understand that? Take that as a soundbite. People aren't stupid. Most people are. If you're a guru, you are. But what we do is we hit them with a 1-2 punch. So the first punch, okay, and the second punch. So if I hit you with a text on Google Voice and I say, hey, this is Zach and I'm looking to purchase your property for cash, you're cooked. It ain't gonna work, okay? But what I like to do is set them up. Okay, first you don't want your text to be spam. You don't want to not do a good deal. So what I do is I always text them something like, hey Rick, I just drove by 124 Main Avenue and something looked off. What's going on there? Now you can put like, hey Rick, this is your neighbor Zach. Or like, you can add some crazy stuff in it, but I promise you, if you text that, you're probably going to text that person back, right? Like, whoa, you're my neighbor, you just drove by, something's off. I'm probably at work, right? Yep. What's going on? Did I leave the oven on? Is the sprinklers on? Like, whoa, what happened, right? Did a tree fall in my house? You are, because human beings, because I know psychology very well, they are very, very curious. And human beings, as you probably know, they tend to always think they overestimate scary stuff and risks because we got to run from saber-toothed tigers like, caveman brain, right? And so they assume the worst just happened to the house, right? So they're automatically going to text, hey, what's going on? Now you got their attention. Now you're not going to be spam, right? This also works for like pay texting, stuff like that, right? What you're going to hit them with is the double whammy. I like to hit them. Let's make it purple. Hit them with the, what's going on? Nothing's going on. Who are you? What do you want? Hey, I was just looking to buy a rental in the area. Are you interested in a cash offer? Boom. Just ask me if they're interested in a cash offer. The cool part about this is when you're using like a paid texting software like XLeads, right? You get to use all the bad mumbo jumbo like banned words because the person texted you back. So this is why the double whammy script always works. The problem is most wholesalers, right? They don't want to do a double whammy script, or they just want to say, who wants to sell the property? Who wants to sell their house, right? And the funniest thing about that is that's not how it works, okay? This is a new age of wholesaling real estate, right? We are in the modern times. So it's very, very difficult to do it without being creative. And the problem is nobody tells you that is how you're supposed to do it anymore. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all just texting sucks. And every single person says texting's dead. It doesn't. You guys say texting sucks and it's dead because you go out here and just use the worst dang scripts I've ever seen in my life. And you guys can't even think outside the box sometimes. And that's why you're not getting any good results on your texting. You'll be shocked if you're able to use Google Voice. The reason why I tell everyone to use Google Voice, no opt-out language, 0 at all. And you can send hundreds every single week. If you get multiple Google Voice numbers, you can send thousands a week. Just saying. It's not that you don't know how to get your first deal. It's just you're not willing to do what it takes to get your first deal. Because I don't know how you look at this and be like, I don't know what to do. Come on, this is it.
It's simple.
It's simple.
Yeah. So next one up is pretty so common, so simple, but so overlooked. And guys, this is a strategy I used when I started off, honestly, because I didn't know how to sell my deals. But guys, doing JVs, like there is no shame in doing a JV. And to be honest with you, that's how I got a lot of my deals moved in my first year because I had no idea how to sell them. So what we need to explore now is like, what is the best method to find JV deals the fastest? And with zero marketing. And it's simple. But number one, I'm going to give you some old school tactic ways, and then we'll add the new modern ways. Number one, if I want a JV, the first thing you do is simply, you just got to network with people. How do I network? You can do it in person, which will go first old school, which are going to be RIAs. That stands for Real Estate Investor Associations. Usually they meet in the evening once a month. It's 10 or 20 bucks to get in. Don't buy anything there because they're just going to guru the crap out of you. But it's a great place to meet people like me, Zach. I don't really go to
I don't go to a RIA.
I enjoy them though. I love the people there. But remember, not everyone's a wholesaler there. But you're going to have title companies, you're going to have realtors, you're going to have cash buyers, and you're going to have newbies that don't know how to do deals. And these are the people I typically target when I go in there. And I always go in and I try to help people out. But remember, you can simply do a JV deal just even talking to your title company. They know all the deals that fall apart. They know someone when they need a buyer, when they need to get money in place. Those are the physical ones. I may even tell you can do like the realtors. I'd be a little more guarded on how you do it, but it's just meeting realtors, say, listen, when you get a tired property like that, give me a call, give you a cash offer. They should probably only call you once or twice a year. If they call you once or twice a day, you're going to piss them off and you're not going to get anything done. But the next one to do is simply just going online and then just simply
pick the comment section here.
Yeah. Social media. So we got YouTube right here in the comment sections. You've got Instagram. We got good old Facebook groups.
Heck, the Discord, ZachDiscord.com.
And that's the biggest one is the ZachDiscord.com. Guys, how many members are in there?
Almost 14,000. You got to remember, Rick's going live at 8 p.m. tomorrow in that Discord. And it's a party of hundreds of people just hanging out, chilling in there.
I mean, these people move fast, but they're very, very wholesaling focused. I love how specific it is. We break it down. And if you want to know more about a topic in your area, you can get much more granular on ZachDiscord.com. And remember, this started with 0, close to 14,000, and there's people doing deals left and right in there. I know we're doing deals on it. And so this is a place you can go find people to get help. You need boots on the ground, ZachDiscord.com. Any of the online methods, guys, do it in person and do it online and use a combo of both of them because JV deals are kind of like the wholesale part of your wholesale business. But remember, you make relationships, contacts. It is a great way to do more deals. And listen, if you do more deals with more people, you're better off than just doing it by yourself. Yes, I want you to originate your deals, but every now and then helping people out. I've helped out so many newbies, partnered up with them. And what better way than to teach them, let them learn and earn and get half the deal. So don't be one of these JV people like, I'm going to give you 10% and you're going to be happy with it. Honestly, most people, you don't do 50-50, they get super annoyed with you and they'll probably never ever do business with it again. So don't get cheap, split the deal with them, let them know what the cost of the deal. If you're putting up money, you can factor that in, but you're better off doing a 50-50 deal. There's so many wholesalers out there trying to do like 80-20s. You're going to be a one and done if you do that. My sweet spot is I have someone who brings me 5 to 7 deals. You're better off earning 50% of 5 to 7 deals than 80% of one. I'm just telling you, it's very short-sighted and you're going to get a bad reputation in this business because nobody wants to work with someone on a one-sided relationship. So guys, add JVs to the deal. There's no shame in doing them. I still do them today. It's one of the biggest parts of my business. Eventually, we all need help, and especially if you're struggling in the beginning, this is a great way to get started. So
one of the most depressing things, and I wake up, sometimes at night with cold sweats thinking about how some wholesalers, especially you guys watching this, you get a deal locked up,
yeah,
and then you can't sell it, and then the realtor gets it and he gets paid.
Yeah.
It's depressing. It freaks me out. It's almost worse than a guru sometimes, seeing a realtor make money versus a wholesaler not. And so one of the best ways to alleviate this is just find somebody who has a buyer's list. Now it's like, oh, Zach, you do JVs. I'm like, yeah, fine. But like, don't do a JV with me then. Do a JV with somebody else, right? There are plenty of markets that don't JV in. I promise you. And of everybody watching this, if you just go in the comment section and say, hey, I need help selling my deal in Madison, Wisconsin, I promise you there's 50 or 60 people in Madison, Wisconsin that have already sold a wholesaling deal, then go out and do it. Heck, just a really quick way is, hey, I'm going to go out here, all right, and I'm going to go find some buyers, right? Like you can JV without ever doing a wholesaling deal too. I know plenty of people that got their first deal JVing with no money at all. Because let's make this red. What they do, and this is a hack. If Rick, a new wholesaler, is like, man, I just got a deal in Pensacola and I just can't get this deal sold. Now, why can you not get that deal sold? Well, there's actually 2 specific reasons why you couldn't get that deal sold. Number one, the number one way that somebody can't get a deal sold is because they don't have enough buyers, number one, right? Or number 2, they have it locked up for too much. Number 2 is way more common. So one thing you can do as JVing is you can offer the service, 50% of the deal, where you're going to renegotiate the price for the person. Most wholesalers are too scared to renegotiate. Hey, Mr. Seller, sorry, I talked to my partner Rick about this, and unfortunately, after looking at the numbers, we're going to have to be at $120,000 price. What I'm going to do is we're going to send you an updated agreement.
Yep.
Via email. Tell me when you see it in your email, Mr. Seller. And we're just going to update the agreement price, but we're still going to close in 30 days. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to make a slight tweak. Let me know when you see the agreement and just got to get that signed, get your autograph right there, and we'll be good to go. And that's just, if you renegotiate it, it'd be a lot simpler. But like from there, go to Facebook groups. Facebook group for buyers, right? Facebook for buyers. You can go out here and do the Zillow for rents. I've been talking about this forever. Go to Pensacola, go to the for rent section in Pensacola, call somebody up and say, hey, I'm not looking around your property, but I'm actually a wholesaler and I have a deal locked up like a street over. Are you looking to buy another rental in the area? I promise you, most of these guys, yes, they do. And boom, you find a good buyer, right? You do cash sales and X leads, but honestly, just like the ways you find wholesalers for JV deals, you can actually use title companies. They have buyers too. And it's kind of similar, but like you want to find buyers, it's pretty simple. You already know what to say to renegotiate the deal. You just heard me say it. Like, I don't know what else you're missing here. So I would go out here and do those ways to go out here and JV, find a buyer, pretty much good to go. Heck, just renegotiate. I promise you, just learn how to renegotiate a deal. You're going to be fine and you're going to get deals closed. Now, number 8, I'm going to let Rick talk about this one because he's the most passionate about this one than me, but we're talking about speed, right? Yeah. We're talking about speed. There is an entire way to find wholesaling real estate deals that really, it's not fun, but it is a way, if you are crazy, that you can go out here and get a wholesaling deal done. This way is going to be door knocking, pre-foreclosures. Now, we didn't invent this, and people have been doing this far longer than I've been wholesaling, and before you've been doing it, since the 50s and 60s. But this is a tried and true way. It is almost, what do you say, like it's 70, 80 years old, this method.
Yeah, door knock pre-foreclosures, guys. It's exactly what it is. I know. Let me get this straight, Rick. You want me to go up to a stranger's door and knock on it, and like, what do? I'm here to tell you the reason why it is so effective, because number one, most people won't do it. Number two, there's no phone, there's no text to go through, there's no piece of mail. It is one-on-one. And if you're comfortable talking to people and you're okay with this strategy, in my opinion, this so emphasized this, the fastest way to get a wholesale deal. Now, in my first 3 months, all I did was knock on people's doors. I'm gonna be honest here, it was not overly fun, but I had a mission. I had to get a deal, and I couldn't pull lists. Back then, we didn't have the services you have now. And so I found out quickly I could get the pre-foreclosures from the courthouse. I would go down there, and then I get the address. And yes, I'm old enough, I had to use a map. I drove around and I knocked on the door. And I'll be honest with you, I had the worst line humanly possible, and I still got deals. What did I say? I go, man, I can't help about your impending problem on your house. I wouldn't do that anymore. I'm very simple. Hey, my name's Rick. Is this your house? Awesome. I talk about it. Hey, do you have any interest in selling it? Just like you do driving for dollars. I don't complicate it, and you make it simple. I do like to reverse driving for dollars, but do not overlook the door knocking pre-foreclosures is the fastest Jordan Belfort way to do a straight line method. Is it the funnest? No. Here's the biggest challenge is nobody answers the door anymore, and you got the advent of Ring doorbells. If you can survive that, you'll be fine. Also, check in your local cities and counties. Sometimes door knocking is considered a crime now, if as sad as that sounds. But I will tell you, if you told me I had to go get a deal and I dropped you in my backyard, give me the pre-foreclosures, let's get in our car and let's go knock on doors, leave sticky notes, and get it done. It's effective. Why? Because if you can connect with these people, they never chose to be in pre-foreclosure. They need help because they're most likely not going to be able to make their payment. So I like it because it solves this problem the fastest. I never said it was the easiest. And it's some of you guys love door knocking. And honestly, if you do, you have a massive competitive advantage. As long as it's not illegal in your market and you're fine with doing it, do it during daylight hours, during safe times. I'm just telling you, if you get 30, 40 foreclosures to go knock on, I promise you someone will talk to you and see if you can help them out. That's simple as wholesaling is. Is it the funnest? No. But I will tell you, is it the fastest? If I connect with one of them, I can probably write a contract right there that day or the next day, and it will definitely get me to the fastest route. And back when I did it, they were the highest profit. I didn't understand probates. I didn't know how to do them. I was taught about pre-foreclosures. It still works. Yes, some of them do need time, but you have a massive advantage if you connect with them one-on-one on a face-to-face. That's why door knocking is so powerful. You just have to overcome the Ring doorbells and make sure it's not illegal in your cities. But guys, some of these old school methods that, like, if it lasts 50, 70 years, take note of it because it doesn't mean it's going to go away. We talk about a lot of techniques that ebb and flow, and you've got to find the staple of the stuff, the fundamentals that never goes away. Foreclosures are going to be around forever. Long past when I'm not here, and the same with you guys. So like, don't overlook them, and then you can find some of the technology to help speed up to get your fastest wholesale deals for free.
Oh yeah. So by far, just don't knock these things. I'm telling you, they work. Next year, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think most people do this. Call all tax delinquencies. I'll make this even simpler. I'll make this even easier. Call everybody. Call all, I don't even, all right. Call all unpaid taxes on properties. So if the tax is not paid, you call it. I'm not gonna call it tax delinquency. You know why?
Why?
What does that mean? What is that? Okay. If nobody paid the taxes for the year on the property, you call them. Is this easy? Is this simple? Is this a question here? Because it's pretty simple. If they did not pay the property taxes, you go out here and you call them. You get this from the tax collector. You can call people that are unpaid on taxes. A year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. That is an amazing way to get a wholesaling real estate deal. I promise you, you can get deals pretty quick and pretty simple. Now, last year, I'm going to tell you is just, it's kind of a mix, but I would go out here and just skip trace 1,000 leads on X Leads for free. I do it in bulk. Just upload 1,000 government lists, call and text them, do whatever you want. And I promise you, wow, it's not even showing on the board. Skip trace 1,000 leads on X Leads, upload it in bulk, and I promise you, you'll be good to go. The only reason I'm telling you is to abuse the system is because you can just upload your government lists, get 1,000, and then in the trial, if you want to end it or keep it, I don't really care. One thing I am telling you is I'm giving away millions of skip trace records for free. That is my gift to everybody, because this is my final middle finger to the wholesaling software company industry, because I'm trying to get them to make a change, right? But at the end of the day, I'm trying to make skip tracing free for everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make my own trivialsearch.com one day, you know?
So guys, use it, because we're the only company that actually helps you out without popping you over the head. Now, our goal is you get a deal from it and you go, man, I can do this on a regular basis, and you want to sign up with XLeads, that's fine. You can even do the basic account. Either way, our free is helpful free. It's not a funnel just to trap you. Use the 1,000 leads, skip trace them. You guys remember the old school methods we used to do, True People Search, cyberbackgrounds.com. We've brought it in-house so you don't have to go through that ridiculous thing. If you don't know how to do it, go to XLeads YouTube channel and look up skip tracing. I did an entire hour tutorial. You just got to understand how to do it. So if you don't know how to do it, make sure you go to that channel.
Exactly. And so on top of it here too, now, okay, let's recap this really quick, just so we understand our head, right? Number one, top 10 fastest ways to find your first wholesaling deal. Number one, cold call all active code violations. Pretty simple. Number two, find a driving for dollars buddy, a JV partner, reverse drive for dollars. Number three, use the triple tap system, probates, pre-foreclosures, push and P. Hit them with a call, text, and then a sticky note. 4, cold call and AI lists. You get a 7-day free trial, 1,000 free skip traces, xleads.com, you're good to go. Post 100 digital Bandit signs. So that's roughly 3 a day. 2 on Facebook, 1 on Craigslist. 6, send 100 texts a week using Google Voice. 7, JV somebody's wholesale deal. You can find it from RIAs, title companies, realtors, any social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook groups, ZachDiscord.com, the comment section here. Number 8, door knock pre-foreclosures. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, I'm looking to buy a couple properties in the area for cash. Are you looking to sell it? We're just talking to everybody in the area. Simple, right? Heck, with your XLeads free trial, there is a AI route planner inside of Ninja mode. Crazy, right? But yeah, that's the thing. Number 9, cold call all unpaid taxes on properties. Go to the tax collector. Find people that are not paying their property tax. Call those people up. Number 10, skip trace 1,000 leads, upload, bulk it on xleads.com. You'll be good to go. Trying to eliminate cyber background checks, True People Search, because they still go out here and they don't do bulk. But okay, you're like, okay, Zach, I get it, okay? I know what to do. I'm still gonna get people that are gonna say, well, okay, I know I need to cold call the code violations, but like, how do I do it? Or what should I do? And so just to eliminate everyone's excuses of why they can't get rich or become successful, we implemented a 5-step action plan. We're gonna let Rick talk about this because he's the mastermind behind this. But it's 5-step success plan.
I call it the common sense wholesale plan. So number 1, before you do anything, you got to pick your marketing medium. A lot of you struggle with this, and I'm not sure why. Some of you pick because you're going to choose the easiest one, and some of you overanalyze this stuff. And it's not hard to figure out. Picking your marketing medium is just your ability to deliver your marketing message. So you can do cold calling, you can do text, you can do mail, you can do driving for dollars, you can do reverse driving for dollars, or you can do door knocking. Somebody asked me the other day, can I do them all? Knock yourself out, the more the merrier. But most of you are going to gravitate towards one or the other. Now, some of you don't have a choice. What do I mean by that? The reality is, if you're broke and you got no money, you don't have a car or something like that, you're going to have to go towards cold calling. Texting, you might have to do it manually. Mail, I wait till you get some deals on your pipeline. How many? 5. I talk about this all the time. Driving for dollars, you have to have a car, a bike, or something like that. If not, you can get a partner like Zach showed you. Reverse driving for dollars is just the advent of sticking sticky notes on them. And then good old-fashioned door knocking, which started. Then you can do the Bandit signs. You can do them physically. You can do them virtually. All this is shared with you at freewholesaling.com. So number 1, you got to pick your marketing medium. Some of you guys go through this whole thing and you still don't know how you're going to market to people. You've got to figure this out. My suggestion is always try to master one, get a deal from it, and then add another marketing medium to it. Don't sit there and just try each one a little bit each time. Go all in. Whatever you're going to do it good. If you're going to do cold calling, be the best cold caller you can. Set it out. So number 1, you have to pick it. Some of you don't pick it, and if you don't pick it, you can't go through the rest of the 5-step plan. So number 1, pick your marketing medium. Remember, this is how you deliver it. Number 2, I can't stress this enough. This is where most of you don't do anything. It's just the truth. If you're going to treat wholesaling like a business, treat it like a business. If you want to treat it like a hobby, then keep doing what you're going to do. You have to plan and schedule it. And here's my simple saying. If it's not written down, if it's not scheduled, it's not going to happen. Most of you, oh my God, I hope most of you brush your teeth every morning. And hopefully before you go to bed. And some of you real do-gooders, you brush your teeth in the middle of the day because you just like the feeling of it. Do you have to think about it? It's automatic. You don't even have to schedule it. When it comes to marketing, if you don't plan it, what do I mean by plan it? You write it all out. Freewholesaling.com, we have a chart we can walk you through. You have to have a plan. Hey, I'm starting wholesaling in 2025. Number one, start now. And then spell it all out. I'm going to be doing cold calling and driving for dollars. And here's my plan on my schedule. Here's how many hours I'm going to do it. And I'm going to schedule it. And then put it in your calendar. You all have digital calendars. If it's not in there, I promise you it's not going to happen. I guarantee it. So then we have to plan it. The plan is the master plan. The schedule is actually writing it down. You have to write it. Once you schedule it, if you miss it, then your calendar is going to go, hey, idiot, you said you were going to do this, and you go, I'm not going to do it. You do that enough times, I want to make you feel real bad. It's just the truth. Here's what a lot of you people do. You never write a plan, and you never put it, and you never schedule it out. And then you come to me and Zach and go, I don't know why I can't make things happen. It's because you're running wholesaling like a hobby. You're not running it like a business. So have your marketing plan. Just have something, my God, write it down. So when you're struggling, you could share this information. You could bounce it off me and Zach. You could bounce it off others and go, hey, here's my plan. Most of you think we can get inside your head. I can't. I have to spend 20 minutes asking you very direct questions. And then most of you are flopping on it. So remember, you've got to write it out and you've got to schedule it. If you don't do it, then things going to fall apart. So guys, number one, we pick the marketing meeting. Number two, we plan and schedule it. I should see in your planner when you come up to me, what's your marketing plan for today, Thursday? What are you doing? And if you go, I don't know, then if I don't know, I promise you, you don't know. And then how are you guys going to run a business if it's more than just you in the company? That's the challenging part. So the next thing is we hop down to number three. And this is where some of you try, some of it works, some of it doesn't. Execution. Because at this point, this is where we separate the girls from the women. Why? Most people are just really poor at executing. Here's a little secret, guys. I believe I just did an entire video on this. Actually, I did a live stream the other day. Everybody's got a million ideas. Ideas are nothing more than thoughts that maybe they've been crafted or written down or something like that. I've seen a million ideas. Everybody's got one. It's like an opinion. Execution of an idea, a whole different ball plan. So an idea is, hey, I want to get into wholesaling. I'm going to do cold calling. Here's my plan. Here's my schedule. Now we have to execute. This is honestly, a lot of you guys just freeze in the headlights here. If you've spent this much time and did steps 1 and 2, 3, this is where you're going to do the actual work. So this is where if I'm going to make 200 cold calls on Thursday today, 200 is the number. That's what you execute. 150 is not executing. You missed something. Now we can adapt our plans on our schedule, but if you constantly make an excuse on your execution, you're never going to get anything done. Wholesaling is not about calling people 1 or 2 days and then getting massive results. It's about the person that will do this for 30 days every day. And guess what? You know how long? For 2 years. You're going to have to make a sacrifice for what you want. This is actually easy. This is the hardest part. It's the execution. And this is where a lot of people waver. So all you have to do right now is you just have to follow through on your plan and your schedule. That's all. But it's one thing to write it down. Most of you don't write it down. And another thing is, am I actually going to execute my plan? You have a choice. You either execute your plan or you make up an excuse to justify why you don't want to do the work. You're either going to do A or B. So you already know how B works out if you don't do anything. So you might as well try A and execute. And here's my analogy. You have to attack. Because Rick and Zach can't do it for you. I've already given you 1,000 skip trace leads and you can actually download them. I know it's shocking, but we want to help you. The question is, do you want to help yourself? If you're not going to attack it and do it with enthusiasm, just shut this live stream off right now. It's not going to work. Execute, guys. I have people that bring me hundreds and hundreds of incredible ideas. Find me just a decent idea that's executed. I will work with that person all the time. Here's the reality. We've seen it every day. You guys have seen crappy ideas that are executed, they still make money. It doesn't mean it's right. You have to execute. If you have a solid plan and a schedule, there's no way to screw this up. Remember, calling people for 2 days is not execution. It's a hobby. Call for 30 days, give it 2 years, make the sacrifice. You'll have more leads and you know what to do with in wholesaling. The next one, we move over to step 4. And this is basically you're just going to lock up your contracts. And remember, guys, we're selling our contracts. We're not realtors. We don't do anything other than that. How do I do that? We're going to go on appointments. We're going to have virtual appointments. And you have to understand this one. You're actually going to have to write offers. I know that's scary, but it's going to correlate. Now, I always start verbally, but I do follow up everybody with a written offer, anybody that I can get the slightest bit of traction or motivation. Now, keep in mind, we are always looking for people that what? That need to sell. If you focus on people that want to sell, you're going to waste all your time in wholesaling and you're going to be a pseudo realtor. So if you want to call realtors other day, there's other people who teach you how to do that. I don't do that. You're wasting your time in the beginning doing that. I'm just giving you the truth. Now, I'm going to lock up my contracts. Why? Because the contracts are basically what I'm selling. Remember, my end customer is who? It's the cash buyer. What's my product? It is the actual contract. If you don't have contracts, you don't have a product, there's no point in even finding customers for it. Rick, how do I lock up contracts? Pick your marketing meeting, plan and schedule, write it down. If you don't write it down, it doesn't happen. And then you have to execute it. You actually have to hold yourself, ready for this? Accountable. And you're going to have to call yourself out on your BS lies when you don't get something done. Now listen, if you get deathly sick, that's the exception. But the problem is you got a little sniffly nose and you don't want to talk. I'm sorry, suck it up. You're going to have to do it. Now, once we lock up contracts, here's the key is everything builds. Pick my marketing meeting. You can adjust, you can add. We update our marketing schedule. We update the schedule weekly if we have to, and then we execute. Once we execute, we lock up contracts. Do I stop marketing? No, I don't. And so here's the last part you got to understand. We're going to sell our contracts to our cash buyers. Why? Because we want to move them quick. Remember, we're just a middleman, and we're going to sell our contracts. And here's the biggest part most people screw up. And I know I screwed this up really bad when I got started. You see this? When I say keep marketing, is you have to do all this while you keep going. So picking out the marketing meetings, it's kind of one and done. The plan and schedule, you have to constantly look at to see what's working and what's not. This is how you learn from your data. And then on this one is execution, which honestly, at the end of the day, it's just about holding yourself accountable. When you execute your plan, what does that do? That solves your consistency problem, because here's what most of you are going to do, okay? Okay, Rick, I picked a marketing method. I implemented my plan and my schedule. I attacked it. I got a deal. And now I'm going to go find a cash buyer. I locked up the contract and I'm going to sell the contract. And you go, oh, crap. I got nothing going on. I got to go back and start all over. So you got to keep all these 5 balls juggling while you keep doing it. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but you can do it by yourself. I did it for 7 years by myself, way too long. Why? Because sometimes I just learned the hard way. And I think God put me in that position so I could help people just like you. In 2 years, you can recruit people to help you. Heck, in the first year, you can get people to help you out. But if you put your butt in each one of these seats in all 5 spots, you'll understand the fundamentals of wholesaling. You keep going out. You go out and you find people that need to sell their house. We pick our marketing meeting. We plan and schedule. Remember, if you don't write it, it doesn't happen. And then you have to execute. All execution is about being accountable to yourself. I'll put yourself on here. Because if you're going to lie to yourself, remember, you got a choice. You either execute or you come up with an excuse. There's no in between. People that execute, they have no excuses. That's the beauty of them. Once I learned that nobody cared about my excuses and nobody gave a crap, I just got rid of them. And then basically once I lock up contracts, I'm going to become consistent, and I understand when I sell my contracts, I always have to be marketing. I'm never going to stop marketing. Is it challenging in the beginning? I actually find it fun. It's very rewarding learning wholesaling. But what I always tell you, people go, oh, I want to spend time with you and Zach. I go, it is monotonous and it is redundant. Great wholesalers have a boring business cycle. Even though we get a lot of drama mixed up with it, we just constantly keep this going. And the planning and scheduling is where you can look at it from a 30,000 view and go, okay, this form of marketing is not working. I've given it X amount of months. But what do people do? They go, I tried direct mail and it sucks. It's because you don't know what you're doing. That's why I do not promote you to do direct mail when you start out in wholesaling. You've got to go out. You got to get 5 deals under contract. You got to get them sold. Why? Because that's what separates the JV, the junior varsity, to the varsity. Why? Because some people just aren't meant for wholesaling. And you know what? The ones that get it done, guess what they do the best? They all execute. Now, some of them don't write down a plan. Some don't pick the right marketing medium. Some have no idea how to lock up the contract, talk to people with a report. But if you execute, you could go through, I've seen people go a year or two, and then the light bulb goes off and they go, okay, I got it. And then once they consistently execute, then they go, okay, Rick, I'm finally going to write down a plan and a schedule. And then they understand how it goes. Because if you skip any one of these, you're just like, you're all over the board. And I know as simple as this sounds, you're like, oh, Rick, how hard is it? Most of you don't want to execute. And you know what? Let's just admit it to ourselves. If you don't want to do it, you want to talk fantasy all day, I'm not going to be the best person for you. I think gurus baby you guys, and they sell you a lot of crap. That's why you have a 95% failure ratio. The reality is, if you take these 5 steps and run with it, you could consistently become a great wholesaler. And guys, at the end of the day, get 5 deals done. Why? Because if you do 5 deals, I know you know how to execute. Now, you might skip some of this stuff, but honestly, if you skip execution, nothing else will work. If you implement the planning, the scheduling, and you follow up with this, you have no reason you don't get the 5 contracts. And by God's sakes, please, once you get going, you get cash buyers, do not stop your marketing, because you're going to have major gaps in your income. So guys, if you got any questions on this, put it in the comments. I'll be happy to tell you. And then what do we do after it? We just repeat the whole thing. We go back up to 1. And maybe I mastered cold calling. How do you master cold calling? You actually cold call. Some of you guys just want to outsource everything. And unless you know how to manage cold callers, it'll be a challenge. But the idea is just repeat the cycle over and over, and you're constantly adapting your plan and updating your schedule. You have to be able to pivot. But most of the times, guys, when you pivot, it's just a little bit. You can't keep doing 180s. Remember, do the hard work up front. If you do the hard work and have the hard conversations, wholesaling gets very easy. If you buy a course and it all sounds so easy and so perfect in theory, not only are you going to give up a lot of money out of your back pocket, you're going to be very frustrated down the road in 3 months. Why? Because you hit the easy button, and then at the end you find out how hard it is. And guys, would you rather get properties under contract from motivated sellers that need to sell for the right price and then easily sell your contracts to cash buyers? Or do you just want to get people that tell you yes, find out you played close to retail, you call 100 cash buyers and they said you lost your mind, you need to renegotiate or get out of it? That's the hard way to do wholesaling. But everybody wants a quick fix. This is why we're in this problem. If you take my 5 steps and run with this, this is my secret formula. Guys, I've been in this business 22 years. If you do this, everything keeps going. If you skip it, you're going to have problems, but you got to get it going. So
exactly. So, I mean, that's it. If you don't know, I don't know how to get a wholesale deal after this, I don't know what else I can tell you. And if you're like, well, Zach, you got to talk higher level. The thing about talking higher level or talking about scaling, it's a lot of people want a crazy advanced scaling system. And a lot of it's hiring employees, things like that. But a majority of this is just adding a 0 or doubling what you're doing. So there was a guy I was talking to the other day too. He's like, I'm doing 1 deal every single month. How do I get to 2 deals every single month? And he wants me to say, oh, well, here's the secret. I'm like, just double the amount of marketing you're doing, just double the amount of volume. You're not having an execution problem. You're not having a problem closing more sales. Like, your closing rate's not bad. You have a problem with volume. And we double the volume, and guess what? Double the amount of money made. I'm not a crazy advanced person when it comes to it. It's just simple math. And so this is how you go out here and get your first wholesaling real estate deal. Pretty simple. It's a pretty simple process. So go out here and pick it. We showed you the top 10 ways. Pick out this plan. You're going to do successful wholesaling real estate.